This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
I discovered Liddy's in one of my many aimless drives down ECR, and since then, this place is like home and the cuisine ever so familiar.
I take special pride in showing people around this place because I think Liddy, the proprietress here, has done a beautiful job designing this place. For one, you can choose to sit here on these high stools and take a look at her open kitchen, or you can sit here beneath those coconut trees, though she calls it a conservative area. You also have another option of sitting there on top, which I think is very cozy for two people. And if, like me, you want to just laze around, then your answer is the pit.
The slanting thatched roof keeps away water even during those rare rainy days. The inside space can be converted into anything you want it to be, a party hall or a place for a formal gathering.
This is where I love to sit, in this coracle that came all the way from Hoganagal Falls area. And when I get tired of all the eating that I generally do, this is a great place to stretch or even curl up.
Just then, Saddam came with my first dish, the garlic and coriander soup. As both these ingredients have medicinal property, this soup is quite invigorating and is one of Liddy's very own recipes.
This combination of garlic and coriander always manages to wake up my senses. And it also prepares me for the culinary treat that awaits.
When I started the restaurant, I thought that I would not do fusion food, but I would show respect to both our cultures by serving South Indian food and continental food next to one another. And so in our restaurant, the South Indian food is made by South Indian people and the continental food is made by continental people. And in this way we manage to keep the authenticity of both cultures.
Next in line is Abdullah's spicy prawns, prepared in the typical South Chennai way. Abdullah is Liddy's husband and all Indian food is cooked by him.
I'm super excited. The prawn looks yummy. Go for it. It's a traditional simple prawn recipe with chili powder, turmeric, onions, curry leaves and all that. And I'm so happy that the prawns are shelled, just like I do at home. It is well cooked and tender. I only wish it was a wee bit more spicier. You see, I like it more spicy, but it depends on personal choice.
Up next on my list was the garlic bread with the veg goulash. Don't mistake this one for our everyday onion curry. It is made in an elaborate fashion using 8 different vegetables and by adding vodka and white wine.
At first I thought she added a dash of lime into the veg goulash, but now I know better.
Now that the goulash and the garlic bread is taken care of, I decided to go on a boat ride with some of my favorite Hollywood stars.
The Wall of Fame. I have Rajini, Kamal, Surya, Jyotika and a host of other actors for company.
One of my first experiences in Chennai was me seeing the film Muthu on television with the very charismatic Rajinikanth. And so I thought of the idea when I bought a piece of land and I saw the wall of putting the same kind of paintings of film stars as I had seen of politicians. And I have put all my favorite film stars on the wall.
Then I decided to try their steak. After having lived most of our life in London, the steak is a dish that comes easily to this Belgian lady.
I like my steak well done, and it's served here with mashed potatoes and de-alcoholized red wine. Now, though the mashed potato is like the most simplest thing to cook, I've never tasted one this good. It's creamy, buttery, fluffy, oof, delicious. Now, the steak here is served with brown sauce. This is another one of Liddy's secret recipes. I've been trying to ask her what goes into it, but she never gives me the secret. So, I guess there's only one way to find out.
If you are in love with Indian khana, then definitely try Abdullah's fish and prawns biryani.
And in most places, I push aside the brinjal curry that is served with the biryani because I don't quite like it, but not here. In fact, I would tell you, have the brinjal curry even if you don't want the biryani. It's sweet and rich and is made of coconut, groundnut and cashew nut. It's driving me totally nuts.
They also have the fish mounière, a French delicacy. This is prepared by coating the fish with a layer of flour. I admit to having a sweet tooth, but even if I didn't, I would still love these desserts. Pancakes are just great with maple syrup and banana and can be had at breakfast or as a snack or even as dessert.
This tiramisu here can convert a caffeine hater into just the opposite. The base is also quite different. It's much more richer than the one you generally get to eat in the city. You need absolutely no reason to try out Liddy's desserts.
If you're not a chocolate person, they also have options of fruity desserts or fresh juices. And when I say fresh juices, I mean every word of it. A nice filling meal for two will cost close to ₹1,000.
This is an awesome place to have a nice relaxed lunch. Children can play with sand shells and dig away to the other side of the earth, of course after having Aunt Liddy's food. And if you have come here on a romantic dinner, then Liddy will go out of her way to make sure that your date is a memorable one. Trust me on that.
Sabaj. With internationally acclaimed Thermex technology, Suryadev presents Suryadev HSCRS. High-strength corrosion-resistant steel. This is super strong and can resist any level of corrosion with ease. Sabaj. Excellent practice makes great music. Excellent technology makes great steel. Not just ordinary TMT, but Suryadev QST.
Our way of life is clear and balanced outlook.
I appreciate honesty, knowledge. It's about social service,
Credibility. Totally independent. And being truthful. We share more than news with our readers. We share our values. The Hindu. Committed to ethical journalism.
Zaumia scans the city's flea markets for books worth cherishing. It's time for the treasure hunt. Watch this space as Anjali discovers the real stars that sparkle only at Studio Thara. An ode to your home, curvaceous urns and candlesticks of brass, tinkling chimes and chimneys of glass. Sarah takes it all in at Ode Gallery.
Super Shopper is brought to you by RMKB Naturals.
The world is his stage.
The earth is my bed. The sky is my roof.
But the swimming pool is his Achilles heel.
My name, Vinayan. Victim, Vinayan. Mind it.
This week on Workout Victim.
The next generation shows Bite It how to work technology. Bello Institute of Technology's Grand Fest Gravitas 2009 explodes with new ideas and tech innovations.
And how could Bite It miss it?
A look at some superlative gadgets from Taiwan. And finally, if you have a math streak, enter our gaming world.
So let's get going, shall we?
Bite It gives you a 360-degree roundup of all things tech. Bite It is brought to you by Suryadev QSC Rebars.
The ancient city of Peshawar, the provincial capital of Pakistan's northwest frontier province. A thriving trading hub on the Silk Road and a point of convergence for many cultures on the Indian subcontinent. The food of this land is of intense flavor, varied spices, rich aromas.
Well, we have a piece of Peshawar here in Chennai, and I am going to explore it. So travel with me to Peshawari in the Chola Sheraton Hotel.
Copper pots, wooden tables, dangling beads. The interiors I walked into evoked the feel of a lost village or a crowded Afghani bazaar.
The city of Peshawar is located near the Khyber Pass, giving it a distinctly Afghan flavor. But most of Peshawari's cuisine itself focuses on bread and kebabs as opposed to curry. But let's see what Peshawari's menu has in store.
Kebabs, dals, naan breads and tandoor items as well. A meal for two at Peshawari averages at 2,000 rupees.
Okay, so there's not a huge selection of items on the menu, and the concept of appetizers doesn't seem to exist. So let's get straight to the point. I also think I see Chef over there whipping up a little something for me in the kitchen.
To talk about one particular dish, maybe I can give you a gist into the recipe, which is the murg malai tikka, basically succulent pieces of chicken. And the essence of it being succulent, if you ask, is obviously because of the moisture which we add in the marination, again which is the cream, which is responsible, and obviously you baste it with butter. So to have a succulent kebab, it's very essential you have some sort of moisture in your marination, which gives the kebab a nice and succulent, juicy texture.
Now here's the challenge, pairing wine with Asian cuisine. Okay, so the myth is that Asian cuisine is just too strong, too sweet, too spicy to be enjoyed with wine. But I'm telling you now that just isn't the case. It just requires a little bit of effort. So let's take a look at the wine list.
While Peshawari has an extensive wine list, many options are available only by the bottle, with only about 9 wines available by the glass.
Now avoid a very delicate wine with curries. Its finer points will be lost. The stronger, fruity Australian wines normally go well with spicy dishes, like perhaps the Shiraz Cabernet. The tangy, acidic Sauvignon grape also complements spicy dishes quite well, and I am in the mood for a white. So, shall we try the Sula Sauvignon Blanc?
And our feast arrived. The Ran Sikandari, a whole lamb leg marinated in malt vinegar and spices, then slow cooked over a charcoal fire. The Peshawari dal, tandoor aloo, the naan bukhara, and an item that isn't on the menu, the non-vegetarian platter, including items like the bara kebab, the Peshawari kebab, and the prawn jingha.
Now, Peshawari food is traditionally prepared on a coal fire in a clay oven. Now, the charcoal gives the food a distinct flavor. Like with the bara kebab over here. It's smoky, it's rustic, it's very rich.
We have a few select vegetarian menu items on our menu. Obviously this restaurant is more based on the non-vegetarian, but we do have to cater to our customers. So we have a variety such as the paneer tikka being the most famous with our guests, and we have a vegetable sheikh kebab, which is a sheikh style, which is put on a skewer. We also have a tandoori salad, which is a mix of onions, tomatoes and capsicum, which is getting marinated and kept inside the tandoor.
Naan, originally a Persian word, is this sort of oven-baked flatbread. Now in Iran, the word naan is used to refer to just any kind of bread, but in South Asia, this is a naan. And it goes very well with the dal.